And welcome to another show for Ralston Live podcast. Also, the Bucks Mountain Live radio show on WMPV. Here talking with Nate Hall. We're talking about the coronavirus today. I know everybody's been talking about this for the past couple of weeks, and we want to remind everybody once again the kind of precautions that they should take.
Thanks for having me on the show, John. I really appreciate it. This coronavirus is kind of getting out of hand. It's getting a little scary. It's getting a little crazy out there. A lot of events are getting canceled. A lot of get-togethers, big events, stuff like that.
Countries are closing down.
Whole countries. The NBA shut down.
Right.
You can't even travel to Europe. It's getting a little crazy, and we just want to make sure that everybody stays safe and, takes the proper precautions, whether it be washing your hands or not touching your face or maybe not going to the huge crowd if you're feeling sick. So we're really starting to worry a little bit about this thing, but, we don't want to get panicked. And that's the one thing a lot of people we see, they're buying like 20 things of toilet paper. You don't need to do that.
Well, you see that on Facebook and stuff like that.
You don't want to panic, but you need to take precautions. So that's the one thing.
Well, I think it's good that colleges are kind of shutting down at this point. After spring break, they're not coming back until they're being told to.
That's huge. And one thing we're hearing is that they're going to try to do some virtual classrooms, some virtual school, which is great. And that's something that we do often is do virtual training and virtual meetings, sort of like that.
Yeah, we've been thinking about this for a week, how we could help out the community with virtual streaming. And what is streaming specifically?
Well, streaming is sort of like webcasting. It's where you can take a video feed and stream it online to people all over the world. A lot of people are doing this now with their cell phone. You can go on Facebook and you could stream live with your cell phone.
Right.
What we do is a little bit more high end. Think about a cross between that and broadcasting. So we have all this broadcasting equipment. We have a TV studio, but we can bring this all on your location. So say you're having a big gala or big event where you were going to have a huge audience there, and now you have to cancel it. Well, maybe with some of the technology that we do, you could have that meeting virtually. So you could have that conference, you could have that all-hands meeting, or you could have some type of training seminar and have people watch it and interact with you virtually.
I mean, in a worst-case scenario, how long do you think this thing will last?
I'm not an expert on this type of thing, but you never know.
Oh, you've been watching the news as long as I have.
Yeah, we all watch the news. And
they're saying the worst is yet to come.
Yeah.
Like 10 days will be kind of shut down like Italy.
Yeah, it really could happen. And people might not be able to go the places they normally go. You might have to work from home for the rest of the year. You might have to work at home. You might not be able to go to school until next year. But even if you're using consumer technologies, you're using Zoom, you're using Skype, you're using something like that, you can communicate people and still get your work done. We don't have to shut down everything. The show must keep going. It must go on. So we don't want to stop the train. We just want to take the appropriate precautions. So
I saw you guys wiping down the mics and doing all that kind of stuff. You guys are taking good precautions with the equipment if we bring it on location somewhere.
Exactly, because, being precautious is the one thing that we're really, telling people is that we don't want to take a chance. Why should you? If you're going to have a big event, maybe it's time to think about doing it virtually, or maybe if your crowd just doesn't show up, but they will show up watching on the computer. That's something that we can do, and we just want to make sure everybody stays safe out there.
Now, I know a lot of companies could try and do this on the cheap with Skype and those kind of things. Skype and Zoom and maybe GoToMeeting, those kind of things.
Well, those solutions are actually really great, and they're awesome, but they have their place. Maybe if you're doing some one-on-one meetings, something a little bit more than a phone call, but you just want to see the person face-to-face, probably want to use Skype. You want to use Zoom meeting for that. But if you're talking to all your employees or all your constituents, if you're a government agency, you don't want to be using your phone or
Right.
you want a professional company to produce a highly produced broadcast. So that's where we come in. If you want that high-end HD quality broadcast that can go out to everybody across the whole world if need be.
So you term this as like all hands meetings and town hall meetings, kind of the same thing.
They're pretty much the same thing. Say if you're the CEO of a company and you need to get your message to all your locations or all your employees that are now working from home, this is a great way that you can have a professionally produced thing to get your message across without looking at hokey or looking like you're doing a selfie on a phone or something like that. This is the professional way to do it with quality, and you know it's not going to get shut off or stop in the middle of the stream or something like that. It's going to look good, and it's going to go out to all your employees or all your constituents.
So we're going to remind people once again, Purell is a good idea.
Yeah.
Don't touch your face, they're saying, quite a bit. And I do that a lot. So, that's one of the things. But what's the most important thing at this time?
I think the most important thing is if you're feeling sick, stay home. I mean, it could just be a cold. It could be allergies. But why infect everybody else when you don't have to?
Right.
Get yourself tested if you're starting to get the actual symptoms. I'm not a doctor. I can't give that type of advice, but we just want everybody to stay safe. And if that means staying home a couple days from work, so be it.
Yeah.
We tell all our people, if you're feeling sick, don't come in today. We'll deal with it. We can cover it.
And another thing is don't panic.
Exactly.
It's easy to, go off the deep end and like the world's on fire. But if you're taking precautions, there's no reason to panic at this time. So that would be a good thing.
And the other thing is we're seeing a lot of schools get shut down, whether it be high schools or colleges. The kids are coming home. You're going to have to be home some of that time too. So you need to get your work done. You need to have meetings, whether you're going to use Skype or you're going to use Zoom or something like that. Like, get your work done. And if you need something more high end, you want to do some virtual training, some virtual classes, give us a call.
Now, if people wanted to have us come out, PBR come to their location and do streaming, what are some of the requirements that they need for us to facilitate that?
Well, the one thing that we always ask for when we go to do a live stream at a location is that you have a hardwired internet connection, and we'd like to have it 10 megabits up. So your upload speeds need to be moderately high. They're not crazy, but we want to make sure that you get a good, steady connection. We bring all the lights, we bring all the cameras, we bring everything to put together a professional show, and we bring it all with us. It's all portable. The one thing that we just need from you is, that internet connection and the space to set up, whether you're renting out a hotel, you're opening up one of your conference rooms, or you're doing it inside a training or educational classroom.
What's the phone number at PBR Productions? I should know this.
You don't know it yet. It's 267-354-2912.
And the website is pbrproductions.com, which I say every week on my show.
Yeah, pbrproductions.com. Go there, check it out. We also do a lot of corporate video production. We do touch screens. We can take your boardroom giant monitor and turn it into a touch screen. So we can do a lot of neat things. Might not want to be touching a lot of things right this second.
Right now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's something that we offer. And what we do is try to help businesses either with their marketing or their messaging or just getting their information out there. That's where we help. So if anybody has an important message, contact John. Be on John's show. That's why we're here in the community. And then we also, we got to make a buck too. So we offer our services to businesses as well.
As a matter of fact.
You interview a lot of people on this show. Is the travel restrictions hurting you at all with getting guests or anything like that? Or
I'm not sure. If that were to be the case, I would try and get them on remotely. What I'm going to try and do in the interim is get on to LinkedIn and interview some authors from around the country.
Like I was saying earlier, say you're having an event, we do the stage show, everything's broadcast, but one of your speakers can't make it. We have the capability of virtually bringing them in and having them up on the big screen or in the stream broadcast as like they're actually there. So that's another thing that you could think about, the interactivity, having remote guests. So say someone can't travel, they're stuck in Italy, they're stuck somewhere where they can't get here. We can virtually bring them in to the live stream.
Yeah. No, it's great. I mean, as I'm sitting here and here's the monitor right here, we can bring this technology and have your guest. You'd be sitting here and you could have your guest right there.
Everything you see here breaks down and travels. So.
Yeah. It's mobile.
Yeah. So, but we can design anything you want, whether you need lighting, staging, all of it. We can put the whole show together if you need be. So.
One more time, it's pbrproductions.com. You want to call 267-354-2912. Nate Hall, thanks for being my guest today, and stay safe, my brother.
Thanks, John. Keep yourself safe.
Thanks. Folks, when we come back, we have more for you on Ralston Live, the podcast, and also Bucksmont Live Radio on WMPV after these messages.
This thing on? Don't dream it, drive it. Yeehaw! Come on down to Tidwell Motors. I'm Jesse. Used, rental, stolen, we got it all. Hell, half the stars. Come on down to Tidwell Automotive. And Thursday night is ladies' night. 13% Apple. I know you can afford it. I driven past your kids' school. The only pressure is it. The only pressure. Yeehaw! The only pressure is in the tire. Yeehaw! Come on down. Ride out of here like a crazy fucking Bronco. For Shira.